My Cell Journey, Humbling Food by Mr. Clemore. There are approximately 37.2 trillion cells living in the world we call the human body. This is true because according to the cell theory, all of life is made up of cells. Cells are the most basic unit of life. Lastly, all cells come from other cells. Not all cells are alike. Some have been awoken. Specific cells have been blessed with a specific job. Dear Diary, my name is Balthazar. I was a regular cell until the day I was awoken into a chief cell. Once awoken, we are given a certain rank with how powerful we are in our specific job. I belong to the digestive system country. This country is so vast from the mouth monster creator to the esophagus tunnel, the pancreas fields, the stomach dungeon, and the small and large intestine mining caves. My job as a chief cell is to break down food monsters that come from the mouth into the stomach dungeon. I'm one of the top ranking chief cells, and today I was humbled. Diary, this is my cell journey. When individual cells have been awoken into chief cells, we are blessed with the magical powers of pepsin. We are able to secrete this mystical power to help combat the food monsters. I'm an S-rank chief cell. S-rank is a top tier cell. Today we formed a strike squad of 10 to enter the stomach dungeon. All of us were S-rank. This meant that this dungeon was going to be tough. Unfortunately for the food monsters in the stomach, I'm the best there is to breaking down these monsters. I need no help from anyone else. I can clear the stomach dungeon all by myself. Me and the Freck squad enter the stomach dungeon. I'm amazed by this team. Everyone here is quite famous in the digestive center country. Everyone here has many accomplishments and accolades in defeating food monsters. Based on the vibes and aura from the group, everyone here is annoyed that this team is created. I agree with them. Even though it's not said, we all feel like we could handle this all by ourselves. The stomach dungeon is filled with this harmful acid that would decimate any ordinary cell. Since we are chief cells, we're able to be in this environment with no problem. The food monster starts coming in. This gigantic tank of a chief cell bursted out in laughter. This is the easiest dungeon ever. Why is the team even created? An nimble and elegant chief cell replied, I'll take over now. There's no need for the rest of you to be here. You can all return back to the Stomach Line Tavern. I just shook my head. I agree with both of them. This was a waste of time. All of a sudden, we heard a loud footsteps behind us. It was a scrawny ant of a food monster. I felt something was off. But all of a sudden, the tank chief cell charged the monster with a He swung his gigantic axe at the ant, and a loud explosion of acid spread throughout the dungeon. When the acid cleared up, all we saw was the ant. This cannot be. The tank was one of the strongest. Next, the nimble chief cell danced her way with her sword to the ant, but only to get annihilated. This is no ordinary food monster. A mage chief cell had enough of this. He's the strongest mage in all the digestive system country. He secreted all the pepsin from his organelles and projected out the most powerful magical blast I have ever seen. This would have taken out 1,000 food monsters. The mage vanished in the acid. I thought to myself, we have to work together. It's the only way. I frantically yelled, we have to work together as a team. Nonsense. They were just weak. Tranquility said the number 1 S-rank chief cell. He dashed forward and attacked with his greatsword. A piece of the ant disappeared. Then a flash. I have a bad feeling about this. The ant's limbs were back, but the number 1 S-rank chief cell was now one with acid. We were dropping like flies. Only 6 of us remain. Our strongest member is gone. What do we do? I feel it in my organelles and fearfully state, we have to work together. I feel the aura and vibe from the group change. I see the fearness and fear in all our faces, a simple nod of agreement. We all begin to work together, attack after attack, combo after combo. The tides of battle were slowly turning our way. It took all the pepsin from our bodies to defeat this ant. All 6 of us supported each other with attacking and defending the evil intentions of this horrid ant food monster. I was completely exhausted. All my pepsin and health points are completely low in the red. Barely keep me alive. I looked around and saw it was the same for the other 5. We all floated in acid, unable to move. The fog of war was too hot to see where the ant had gone, but our last attack must have done some serious damage. Are we going to perish in the stomach dungeon? Not like this. Please, not like this. Only if we worked as a team sooner. Then I feel it in my organelles. I leveled up. I slowly began to feel like myself from the experience of leveling up. We did it. Finally. We all mustered the strength to move out of the stomach dungeon. We carried one of the S-rank chieftains who was in critical condition out as a team. None of us celebrated. We were all still trembling in fear. We finally made it out and met up at the stomach lining tavern. All six of us sit down on the round table and agree to always work as a team. We form a guild and promise to be an example for all the chief cells in the country of the digestive system. We will practice teamwork and show teamwork to all. I stood up humbly and noted, "Let this be known. Starting today, all cells will work together to maintain life.